for the same pose on the other side. So we're stretching the right side body now as we reach to the top left-hand corner of the mat and push the right hip away. Lovely. Again, the option to take the right hand on top of the left is there for you. Coming back into the centre, take one more extended child pose. Really reach out to the front of your mat, sink the hips a little deeper onto your heels, and release those hips. Beautiful. Now I'd like you to find your way up into tabletop. So bring the hand underneath the shoulders and just reset your knees in line underneath your hips. So a nice square box shape here. Again, check in with your fingers, middle finger at 12, lots of space in between those fingers, of course. And we're going into our cats and cows to warm up the spine. We drop the belly as we lift the heart and breathe in into cow pose. And then as we exhale, we push the other way. So continue with your breath, breathing in, looking up, lifting hips. And breathing out, looking in towards the navel and more towards the spine. So work at your own pace, breathing in and breathe out, and it won't be the same as my pace or your neighbour's pace, or perhaps even each time you do this it may change. So there's no right or wrong. Once again, it is about finding the pace that makes you feel comfortable but a little bit stretched, a little bit of pressure. Then come back to rest into tabletop. Tuck the toes underneath, stretch the soles of the feet, and find your first down facing dog on your next exhale. Just lift those hips up, push the heels down, and now we look and search for our lovely V shape. So we're a capital V upside down, so your eyes are going to gaze back between your feet, and you try and create one long line from your hips to your heels, and another one from your hips to your wrists. So just checking that you haven't created more of a box with your upper body, and that you're more of a V. Good. Now think about the broadening of the chest and shoulder blades, just like you did in child pose. It's exactly the same. So keep broadening the collarbones, broadening the shoulders, broadening the chest. Tuck the tailbone underneath. And push the hips high as you push the heels to the ground. So you're stretching the back body here, particularly through those legs and calves perhaps. And here's another important thing to learn, is that we are all going to feel this in a different place. That's quite normal and quite okay. So I will give you places where you may feel this, the target muscle group, but it's okay if you don't quite feel it here. Alright, take a nice deep breath in and a long breath out. Take a little walk to the front of your mat, feet to hands, and take a first forward fold. So let the crown hang down, and bend your knees and rest your thighs and your belly on your thighs. You can take your opposite arms, elbows on your hands, bring the arm bones forwards, then tuck them behind your head. Good, and then it's straight. Now it's nice here just to peel your knees back and forth, swing your hips, swing in the breeze, and then come to rest. And just let gravity pull your head down and lengthen your spine. Good. Now this is a great opportunity if you do need to remove any layers, your socks, your hoodies, things are getting very hot. We are going to get hot quite quickly. We have a lot of sun salutations today. By request, we want to get warm. This is for us on a Friday. So it's a nice time to get yourself ready. Jewellery, anything that bugs you upside down, tuck it in, take it off. And then we'll move. Now the first flow through will be a little bit slower as we remind ourselves of good technique or alignment. And then we'll start to move with pace with our breath. So from forward fold, inhale to halfway lift. Let's hold the lift but not our breath. So keep the breath flowing. What we're looking for is looking just slightly ahead of you on the ground. You're looking for a straight leg and a soft knee. So there's a gentle stretch up the back of the legs. Now if you haven't got really long hamstrings, you're just going to hold onto your thighs just above your knees or maybe your shins. If you do have long hamstrings, then you might be able to touch the floor. But there's no need to, so it's entirely up to you. But what we are more importantly concerned with is lifting up the heart, drawing the shoulder blades back, engaging the belly nice and strong, getting a nice flat back. So tuck the tailbone under. Nice. From here, we bend the knees but keep the back nice nice and strong and flat, and then we'll step back to plank. Now you can come to knees at any time and feel free to mix and match, or you can stay on your toes for a strong toe plank. From here, bring the hips forward so we're straight from ankles to shoulders, and then we exhale down to the ground. Now, you're going to raise your ribs like a good press-up position. Yeah? If you're doing a proper push-up in the gym, keep those elbows in, right? So you're doing the same thing, nice and strong. So we don't want our elbows in pop to the sides. Now, lift up your heart. Just lift up with your back and your butt. Push the tops of your feet to the mat. Don't put any pressure in your hands. Not in your hands. Yeah? All in your back body, doing the work, lifting you up. Good work. And from here, now tuck the toes, or roll if you have good strong core, and push up to downward facing dog. So the rolling of the toes requires a lot of control and a lot of core strength, okay? So be careful on that option, especially if you're cold. Take a nice deep breath in and a long breath out. Take a walk to the front of your mat. Inhale to your halfway lift. Bow forward and empty the lungs, lengthen the back body. Good. Mountain, climb up. So reach up, sweep high, keep the chest up with the shoulder blades down. You can look ahead or you can look up, just keep your neck long. And then exhale, bow forward, all the way back down to forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in, lift up your heart, and then step back, high plank to low plank. So push your heels long, knees or toes, and then lower to the ground, really good push up form, elbows in, lovely. Cobra as you inhale, back bend, go, up dog for some. And then down dog to exhale, hips up, and heels long. Nice, let's do that one more time. Step, jump, and float to the front of your mat. If you are choosing to jump, make sure you do so lightly. Halfway lift, breath in, bow forward, empty. Focus on the breath to guide you. Climb up to mountain, breathe in. Breathe out as you fold forward. Good. Halfway lift, breath in. Good. Step back, high plank to low plank, knees or toes. Good. All the way to the ground. And then cobra as you inhale. Down dog as you exhale, tops of the feet to the mat. Good. Alright, from here, right leg, three-legged dog please. So lift the right leg high, but try not to tip to the side. I want you to square your hips to the ground, flex your foot, toe forward. Beautiful. Keep squeezing the butt to get the hips up, hips forward, but the heel up high. Nice. Take a deep breath in, step forward to the inside of your right hand for lunge. Stay in your crescent lunge, rise up, inhale. Good. Exhale back down to the ground. Step back, downward facing dog. Let's go to the left side, three-legged dog, breathe in. Good. Stay here with your pose, but not your breath. So keep your breath flowing. Keep squeezing high. Nice. Take a deep breath in, lift a little higher. Exhale, step forward to the inside of the plank. Good. Take a breath in and climb up into your crescent lunge. Now the option is to put the knee on the ground, of course. Okay, it's a nice one to do if you really want to target the hip flexor a little bit more than your balance. Alright, so what you've been up to today, what you need to counter in your own body. Take a big breath in, reach a little higher, and then exhale, step back down, facing dog. Beautiful. Let's do the right leg again. Three-legged dog, breathe in, reach up. This time, bend the knee and twisting dog, exhale. So tip it over behind you. So visualize stacking your right hip on top of your left, but your left leg is strong and true, just like in your down dog. Beautiful. So opening up through the obliques, through the hip flexor, maybe the quad for some. Beautiful. The foot can be flexed or pointed. Have a play. What does that do for you? Take a deep breath in and then step forward for the lunge, but this time stay low. Good. Hands on the floor. Take a breath in. On the exhale, twist and lunge. Good. So take the right hand to the sky and the left hand on the floor. Now, go as far as you feel you can. Just allow that arm to fall behind you. Good. Work the twist from your belly button. Now your right heel should be underneath your right knee. So if that's not quite there this time, work on the heel next spot. Alright. Take a big breath in, exhale, hands down and downward facing dog. That way. Left side, three-legged dog please. Inhale. Bend the knee, twisting dog, exhale, so flip it up behind you. So reach that foot over and see if you can reach it over. Good. Go for it. Take a nice big breath in. Breathe out. Breathe in, lift a little higher. And then exhale, step forward and stay low in the lunge. Good. Take a breath in, and on the exhale, twisting lunge. So leave your right hand on the floor, left hand to the sky. Now let's check in. Your left knee over your heel. Drive the knee towards your midline so you're nice and strong, because it might want to pull out to the side. I need you to pull it in and use your strong muscles. Now your right leg straightens because you push the heel long if you're on it. You can of course choose to put the right knee on the floor. It's a nice option. Good. Spread the fingers because these are still active and working our wrists. Lovely. Just make sure that heel is underneath the knee for safety of that joint. Lovely. Take a deep breath in, downward facing dog as you release. Well done. Breathe out. Inhale, come forward to plank, knees or toes. Exhale, down to the ground. Beautiful. Cobra should inhale, push the tops of your feet down to engage your butt. Nice. And then down dog to exhale, hips up, heels long, stretch the back body. Step, jump or float to the front of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Bow forward and empty. Mountain, breathe up. Now take a wrist, side bend, breathe out. Push your hips forward and perhaps turn your eyes up through your elbow. Keep your chin pulled in. Good. Inhale, come up, side bend, other way, exhale. I'm asking you to push your hips forward because it helps keep your back safe. Alright? Good. Inhale, come on up. And bow forward, empty the lungs out, full fold. Halfway lift. Inhale, lift the heart flat back. And then step back to flow, high plank to low plank. Good. Hands on the shoulders, chest through the window of the arms. You can't squeeze your chest all the way hard. Cobra should inhale, push the feet down. And then down dogs, the exhale. Fantastic. The right leg, three-legged dog, please. Inhale. Exhale, step forward to the right hand. Warrior one, rise up. So turn your back foot on a wet angle, but your hips square to the front of your mat. Good. Palms face each other, thumbs back. Now, if you find that particularly difficult or you've got quite broad shoulders, you may be more in a cactus arm, and that's totally fine. Okay? Just think about the alignment of the torso. So you want to keep pulling the ribs in, tuck the tailbone under. Beautiful. Collarbones wide and down away from your ears. Take a big breath in on the exhale, warrior two. It's just a simple twist of the torso, nothing else changes. Gaze to the front middle finger. Good. Take an inhale, flip the reverse, come on up. Climb as high as you can. Now we often think we've got to get down this leg, which isn't true. I really want you to think about climbing high. More important, climb high. Good. Take a big breath in. Exhale all the way to the floor. And flow. Step back, high plank to low plank. Knees and toes. Now you can skip some of these if you prefer. Cobra is your inhale or back bend into an up dog if you like. And then down dog is your exhale. Beautiful. Let's do the left side. Breathe in. Three-legged dog. Exhale, step forward. Warrior one. Turn your right foot on the angle. Climb up high as you breathe in. Hold this warrior one. Again, you're thinking about wide collarbones, space between earlobes and collarbones at all times. Okay? Front knee can get right down to 90 degrees, so test yourself. You may need a longer step than you think. Okay? Especially if you've got longer legs to torso. Beautiful. Thumbs face back, palms face each other. So we're always thinking and mindful of every muscle we've got at our capacity here. Yeah? Take a breath in, warrior two, swivel it out. Good. We gaze to the front of the finger. Looks really good. Palms face down. It's like there's an invisible force there pushing you back up. Good. Flip and reverse. Inhale. Rise into your sun warrior. Stretch up high. Engage your belly. Push out through the floor as you climb high. Take a big breath in. Cartwheel to the ground and flow. High plank to low plank. Knees and toes. And of course you know we're going to end in down dog. Cobra as you inhale. Down dog to exhale. So if you do want to skip a bit now, so every now and then, totally okay, you wait for us in down dog and we'll connect you on the way through. Alright? From here, step, jump or float to the front of your mat. We're going to move with our breath now. Full salutation. Halfway lift, breath in. Bow forward and empty. Mountain climber. Bow forward as you breathe out. Halfway lift. Inhale, flat back. Step back and flow, high plank to low plank. Elbows in, brace the ribs, push the heels long, super strong core. Cobra to inhale. And down dog to exhale. Gorgeous. Right leg, three-legged dog. Breathe in. Step forward as you breathe out. Soft landing because you use your core muscles. That's it. Climb up. Warrior one, breathe in. Warrior two, breathe out. Sun warrior, breath in. Breath out, flow to the floor. Take a sneaky extra breath if you need, but please see if you can do it in one, all the way down to the ground. Cobra is your next inhale, and down dog to your next exhale. Left side, three-legged dog, breathe in. Step forward as you breathe out. Warrior one as your inhale, rise. Warrior two as you chill. Sun warrior, breath in, climb up, and then flow to the floor, breath out, all the way down. High to low plank, elbows in, raise the ribs, super strong. Cobras inhale. Down dogs, exhale. Step jump and float to the front of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Bow forward, empty it all out. Mountain, climb up nice and high. Take a rest, side bend, exhale. Good. Inhale back to the top, change wrist, side bend the other way. It doesn't matter which way you go. Go. Inhale back to the top and fold forward, breathe it all out. Empty the lungs. Nice. Halfway lift. Always through the nose, breathing in and breathing out as you step back to plank, down to the ground, high to low. Push through the heels, stretch the soles of the feet. Cobras inhale, down dogs, exhale. Fabulous. Right leg, three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, come forward. Warrior one, breathe in, rise up strong. Warrior two, breathe out. Good. Sun warrior, breathe in, rise up. Flow to the floor as you breathe out, and strong plank to the ground. Remember, you can skip it if you want to. Cobra as your inhale, improvise. Good. And then down dog to exhale. Hips up, heels long. Left side, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. Soft landing, strong core. Good. Warrior one, breathe in. Warrior two is breathe out. Sun warrior, breathe up. Flow to the floor as you breathe out all the way through. Good. Back bend, breathe in. And then down dog, breathe out. Full vinyasa, we go to the front of our mat. Step, jump, and float. Inhale to halfway lift. Bow forward and empty. Mountain, climb up. And bow forward this time as you breathe out, all the way back down. Halfway lift. Inhale. Step back and flow, high plank to low plank. Remember, I'm setting the pace, but you can go faster or slower. Cobra, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Just try to remember where you're at, that's all. Yeah? Right leg, three-legged dog up. Good. Step forward as you breathe out. Warrior one, breathe in. Warrior two, breathe out. Sun warrior, breath in. Flow to the floor, breath out. Fantastic. All the way down, elbows in, raise the ribs, tops of the feet down, and then down dog to exhale. Good. Left side, three-legged dog, inhale. Up high, fantastic, step forward. Beautiful. Inhale as you rise to warrior one. Nice. And then warrior two as you breathe out and swivel. Look forward. Sun warrior, climb up. Now try to follow your fingertips, yeah? Flow to the floor as you come down. It gives you a focus point for a drishti. Good, so you can just get into the moment and into the flow of the breath. Cobra is your inhale, down dog your exhale. All the way to the front, step, jump and flow. Inhale, halfway lift. Bow forward, empty. Good. Up you come, mountain, breathe in. And then bow forward as you breathe out. Good. Halfway lift, breath in. Step back and flow, high plank to low plank. Cobra as you inhale. Down dog your exhale. Great news, another round. Right leg, three-legged dog. Inhale, squeeze it higher. Nice, step forward as you breathe out. Warrior one, breath in, climb up, but anchor through your feet. Warrior two, breath out as you turn. Sun warrior, breathe in. Nice. Exhale as you cartwheel to the floor and flow, high plank to low plank. Remember with your warrior feet, flat sole to the ground, yeah? Cobras inhale, down dogs you exhale. Left side, when you're ready, three-legged dog, breath in. Bow, come forward with your leg. That's it. Can't really bow from your finger. Warrior one, rise up, breathe in. Warrior two, as you turn, breathe out. Flat sole of the foot down if you can. Sun warrior, breath in. And then flow to the floor as you go through your vinyasa, high to low plank. Breathing in, elbows tight. Good. Cobras inhale. Down dog, exhale. You're doing so well. Step, jump, and float to the front of your mat. Good. Halfway lift. Breath in. Lengthen. Bow forward. Empty. Crown to the ground. Mountain climb up. This time we take a side bend to take the wrist. Exhale. Push the hips forward. Lift up tall. Good. Inhale. Taller. Exhale the other way. Nice. Inhale to the center one more time. Bow forward and empty. All the way up. Beautiful. Halfway lift. Inhale. Stronger. Step back. High plank to low plank. Push through the heels. Push the heart forward. Nice. Cobra to inhale. And down dog to exhale. You can do this one more time. Right leg, three-legged dog. You've got it. Up and up. Exhale. Forward. Warrior one. Breath out. Breath out. Breathe in. Breathe out to flow. High to low. Down we go. Knees or toes. Good. Cobras inhale. Down dog. Exhale. Awesome. Left side. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale. Forward. Warrior one. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. And breath out. All the way through. Lovely. Super strong. Follow your breath. Cobra to inhale. Down dog to exhale. Full vinyasa to finish. Step, jump and float forward. Halfway lift on the right and breathe in. Bow and empty. Nice. Mountain climb up. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway lift. Breath in. Step back, high plank to low plank. You're doing exceptionally well and you're a lot stronger than you think. You've done a great job. Keep going. Cobra inhale. Down dog exhale. We're going to go one more time because you can. Right leg, three-legged dog. Squeeze it up. Breathe up. Exhale, step forward. Warrior one. Breathe up. Warrior two. Breathe out. Sun warrior. Breath in. Flow to the floor. Breathe it out. Stay strong. Use your breath to stay strong. All the way down. Cobra to inhale. Open up the heart. Down dog. Breathe it out. Hips up, heels down. Left side. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale. Step forward. Warrior one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Warrior two. Sun warrior. Breathe in. Climb up. And flow to the floor. Breathe it out. Well done. Keep going. Stay with me. All the way down to the ground. Cobra inhale. Down dog. Exhale. Let's finish it. Step, jump and float to the front of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Last time. Good. Bow forward and empty. Mountain. Rise up. Bow forward. Empty it all out. Halfway lift. Inhale. Step back. High to low. Down to the ground. Fantastic. Cobra to inhale. Nice big back bend. Down dog to exhale. And here's your rest. Well done. So you can take down dog, child pose, tabletop. Very well with a break. Maybe just did about 7 or 8 minutes worth of sun salutations on the track. That's fantastic. That's the most I've ever pushed a class, I think, isn't it? I don't think I've gone that long. So you guys are doing really, really well. Are you warm? Good. Tick. Should be. Take a breather. Remember that your place of rest is different to everyone else's. So it could be you want to sit up, you want to kneel, you'd like to child, table, or down dog. So each day is different. So learning to find what works for you each day and each moment is important. Some days self-care is about reading a book, and some days it's about some popcorn, you know. Just whatever makes you completely relaxed at that time. It's the same in our yoga practice. So just listen to your body and give it what it needs. Great users. You're well over halfway. I'm going to take a little bit easier for you for the last one. Right? Done a really good job. Hopefully things are feeling a little bit looser and freer around your back and your hips. You're generally fine with that movement. If I could ask you now please to find downward facing dog. So take yourself there. Of course, if you'd like just to remain in another position for a bit longer, you're more than welcome. Alright, from our downward facing dog, I'd like you now to take a three-legged dog. Breathe in. Right leg. That's it. Exhale, step forward into your lunge position. Drop your left knee to the floor for me. And inhale, reach up. Good. Exhale, open up the chest, pull the elbows backwards, like a lat pull down into the back here. So we're opening up through the chest. Good. Inhale, pull up. Exhale, body sits into our life fascial line to release our hips and back. Good. Inhale, bring up. Exhale, and open. We're going to do one more thing here. So inhale, reach up. Take your right hand down to your right thigh, but try not to rest on it. Instead, use your core. Okay? Inhale, lift up, and then exhale, bend to the side. So we're just bending over. So what you're going to feel now is perhaps a bit of a shift in the stretch here through the front quad, maybe into the side body, maybe through the legs. So it depends what you've been doing this week, right before this class, what your body is built like. But those are the main areas you will feel this pose. Okay? Keep your belly engaged. So keep thinking about pulling your ribcage in, front, side, and back. Chest is proud, shoulders are down. Beautiful. It's quite tempting here to hold your breath as you try to push.
Oh, can I get a little bit further?
You don't need to, okay? So your breath is your best guide. If it's giving you a real struggle to breathe, it's too much. Ease off. It should be challenging, but not painful or really difficult. And knowing the difference is the key. Alright, inhale back to the centre, step back to down facing dog. So just go back whatever way your body tells you to go. Good, do what you need to do there, and then go to the other side. Left side, three-legged dog. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe forward, hands step into your lunge. You can release the right knee to the ground. Good. And come on up to your lunge. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to open. Good. Always through your nose, breathing in and out. Breathing in and breathing out. If you want to go slower or a little bit faster than me, you're more than welcome, because we all breathe at different rates, because we're all built differently. So move your body with your breath. So your breath is your guide for pace. And we do want to try and slow our breath as much as we can to maximise our lung capacity. Good. One more time down. And then inhale up. And the left arm this time comes down to the left thigh, not to rest heavily, just to guide. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, side bend. Good. So keep thinking about what we learned in our standing mountain when we did our side bend. We pushed the hips forward. Yeah, do that here too. So that's going to help keep your chest up, your shoulders back. So you're thinking about sticking your shoulder blade into your spine. Kind of rotate it backwards, a little bit like doing a seated row, I suppose, if you're more familiar with that movement. Keep pulling it back. Breathe. Sweet focus. Really mindful that we're using everything available to us. It's all connected, and the more we can recruit, the stronger we become. That's your choice to have the toe tucked or the toe flat. It will just change the stability of the pose for you. So you may want a bit more support by tucking the toe or the stretch of the feet, or you may prefer to have the foot flat. Up to you. Good. Take one more inhale as you come back up to the centre, and then exhale, step back into downward facing dog. Nice. Take a big breath in, and a long breath out. Good. Step jump or float to the front of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift, bow forward, empty, climb up to mountain, and we're going to take eagle arms. So exhale, right arm underneath the left, and wrapping around. Now, that might not be achievable for some if you've got quite tight shoulders, maybe on one side or both sides. So if that's you, and this is like really hard to get your elbows up to shoulder height, then the option here is just to cross the arms and touch your fingertips to your shoulders. Okay? And you'll notice this a bit more when you add in the legs option. So the idea here is to try and get rid of that little gap that you can, most of us have probably a little gap here between our forearms that we can look right through. And the idea is to eventually try to get rid of that gap, so really pressing those arms together, and that's going to be restricted by the flexibility in through here. That's why we need to see how much can we get that together as we try to keep our elbows at shoulder height. It's a wonderful stretch if you're in the middle of study mode, just to stop and do every hour or so. Back of those shoulders. Exhale and release down. Take a little shake. Now do the other side. So inhale, reach up. Left arm underneath the right, and through the right hands as you back your side. doesn't look anything like the other side. Pretty normal. So you will likely have one side that's a lot tighter than the other because we're left or right-handed here. So that's okay. Just be aware of it and perhaps give more attention to that side in your own practice. Again, we're looking to get the elbows up to shoulder height and trying to get rid of that little gap. And if it's not successful for you, then just go for this one. And if you are taking this option, just constantly think broad shoulder blades. Make the gap between the shoulder blades as big and round as possible. And you'll start to work that flexibility that way without the resistance of the arms. Good. And release it down. Alright, give it a little shake. So we've got two options for the legs. If you've got particularly tight hips, then you may want the first option. First option, just pick up your right leg for me and place it on top of the left thigh, just above the knee, and then sit down. So this is open hip eagle. Okay, open hip eagle legs. And we just sit down into the leg. Okay. And then come on up. Just going to demonstrate that one, and then try the other side as well. So each leg again, made different. Flex the foot. That's quite important because it helps you clue in the legs, the butt muscles a bit more. So come on down and just sit down as deep as you can without leaning forward. So this is open hip eagle. It's a lovely stretch. You'll feel quite familiar to you, I'm sure. And then come on up. If you'd like to go for the eagle legs, I want you to inhale your right arms up. Your right arm is going to come underneath your left. Your right leg's going to come over your left. So you're going to come down, come over the top. So, then come on down. Now the idea with this one, is why I prefer the other one, is you actually want to try to hook this foot down behind your calf muscle. Now some of you will be built to do that, some of us will not be. I'm one of the not be's. Okay, so you can try to hook it right round through the calf, and then just keep trying to sit down. It's really going to stretch those hips. And if you want to ditch the arms, you can just go back to this for the arms. Put right arm underneath, right leg over top, and of course, you can also take your open hip eagle variation. Right. It's good balance. It's going to loosen up a lot of joints. Good. Tempting again to hold your breath as we focus hard on doing something new and challenging. So instead, just bring attention to the breath and let it relax. Gently rise up and release. The outside. So again, you can make a choice and it can be different. So inhale, reach up. Left arm underneath the right. And then the left leg on top. So open hip or wrapped closed hip. Okay, go for it. And then you have a play with the depth. So see how low you can drop. Now if you're not into balancing on a leg today, perhaps you've got an ankle or a foot injury or just not feeling it, then just stay in mountain pose and perhaps book a dust for the legs, okay? So just a nice little chair. Up to you, but the balance is a really important element to work on if that's available to you. Nice. It's always about a 50-50 mix of people who can write their arm and who can't. So you're not alone, alright? Don't you think, oh, I can't do that. There's tons of stuff everyone can't do. There's tons of stuff we can do. And that's when we need to focus on what we can do. Nice. And release. Alright, how are we doing? Alright? Cool. Give them a little shake. And I'll just turn around the same way as you breathe in. Bow forward as you breathe out. All the way down. Halfway lift, inhale. Step back, high plank to low plank. Nice little vinyasa as you come near the end of our practice today. Cobras inhale. Down dog exhale. Good. Step, jump or float to the front of your mat, but stay here. Good. And then just take a seat. So come down onto your mat. Well done. So you're going to scooch back on your mat so you've got some room and your feet are on the mat. I just want you to roll down. Cool. Alright, so with the soles of your feet flat and around about the width of your shoulders or mat, just depends how wide your shoulders are. What I want you to feel is a tilt of the pelvis so that your back is supported on the ground. Take your arms out to shoulder height, and then I'd like you to drop your knees, both knees over to the left. Now you can turn your gaze towards your right thumb if that's comfortable for you. If it's not particularly good on your neck, then just look up to the sky. Good. Now an option here is to lift up the left foot and place it on top of the right thigh, just above the knee, and gently pull that muscle away to the corner. So you're going to feel this across the outer side of the hip there, maybe down into the quadricep, and just allow the force and the weight of your leg to do some work. Breathe. Feel free to close your eyes. Good. Keep holding. So turn the lights down for us. So we're going to be doing the rest of the class on our back looking up. Get rid of these lights. Hopefully that's enough for our live streamers at home. Beautiful. So where you are, I want you just to gently reverse out of that position. So release the foot and then rotate back up to the centre. Cool. Now this time I want you to pick up your leg, your right leg again, and take it across your left thigh like your eagle leg that we just learned. So I want you to squeeze it high close to the pelvis. And then I want you to drop that foot over to the left hand side, but get the sole of the right foot foot, gauge your belly and rotate back to the centre of the mat. Untangle. I'm going to do those two poses now on the other side. So bring the feet back to shoulder width or just a little bit wider on your mat and drop both knees over to the right. And then the option here is to pick up the right foot, place it on top of the thigh, then just above the knee, and gently apply a downward stroke down that thigh, away to the corner to your knee. Lengthening out through the ITB, the quad, the outer hip, maybe piriformis for some. Some of us may also feel it a little bit into the belly, their obliques. Again, it's just a reflection of how you've been training or exercising or resting this week and what may need a bit of attention. Option to turn your head to the left thumb if that's comfortable for you. Relax into the stretch to get a little bit more out of it. Beautiful. Apply a little bit of pressure to that left leg. Untangle first, take the right leg back to the floor, and then come back to the centre. So just realign your hips if they've shifted around. And now we go to that second pose. So take the left foot off the ground, place it over the right leg, like the eagle legs we just did, and then roll the legs to the right so the sole of the left foot goes flat to the ground. Good. Now again, arms or palms up. And you can turn your gaze to the left thumb if that's comfortable for you on the neck. You may feel a subtle shift in the stretch around your hips when you do that. gently apply pressure to that right foot, engage your belly, and rotate back into the centre. Extend the legs nice and long, and just give it a little shake. Good. Come back into the sit-up position, and we're going to go into happy baby. So I just want you to bring the knees in towards the elbow, so the elbows towards the armpits, and then reach up and take hold of the big toe or the inner step of your feet, or if that's too far, just onto the back of the thigh. So I want you to pull the knees in towards the armpits, taking hold of your legs somewhere that you feel comfortable, that you can reach, where your shoulder blades are flat and supported on the ground, as is your lower back or head as well. So it's a gentle opening into the adductors, the inner thigh group. A little bit of a release into the hips. Now, if you can, you're welcome to straighten the legs. And you can achieve that by changing your hand position grip if that helps you. Beautiful. Now I just want you to let go of your feet and just straighten your legs up, straight up into the air. So Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. Imagine you are against the wall and you're maximising your body surface contact to the wall. So really try to straighten your legs as best you can. Flex the feet, balancing something very precious on the soles of your feet, like a circus performer. Good. So this is a lovely inversion, nice simple inversion to drain and relax. So if you are feeling a wee bit stressed or wound up at any time, or you're struggling to go to sleep, doing this for about 3 or 4 minutes will really help to calm the nervous system and just bring you back into a state of calm. We've now come to the end of our practice. So I'd like you now just to gently find your way down into your final Savasana. So that could be lying flat in corpse pose, could be Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees open, butterfly. You might prefer to sit or kneel. And we'll just take a couple of extra minutes here. Sorry, we are just a touch over time, but if you do need to go, please do so carefully of those around you. Simple as taking 5 minutes to just breathe, for your mind and just be. Draw the knees to the chest. It's not going to be hard. A little rock side to side surface can feel really nice here on the back bone. Up to you. If it doesn't feel nice, just remain still. When we extend our right arm behind us to create a pillow on our house, we roll to the right hand side. We take a low back. And we can keeping those eyes closed for a little bit longer. Now gently find your way up to sit. Use your hands to support you. Then you can open or close your eyes as we close our practice with our breath. So when you inhale, float our hands up. Exhale, float them down. Taking one hand, inhale up, side bend. As you exhale, big circle and sweep, moving that spine. Changing sides. One more time each side. Both hands will rise with the breath. And hands to heart as we bow forward and breathe out. And we say namaste. Namaste. Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming along. If you have any questions or comments, do come have a quick chat to me. My name's Kat. That was in Carving House class. I think we Carving House we waited for about 35 minutes, so top job. A little bit of relaxation at the end, so you've got to have another here on Friday. Come have a quick chat to me. Remember, all of our classes are very different. This is the only Carving House on the program, so I believe it right. So, yeah, come have a chat if you want to ask anything at all. Otherwise, have a great week. Keep an eye out for your comps tonight because that's coming out and with possible changes that we do while we do want to feedback on the booking system, classes, etc. So, yeah, have an eye out for that. And if you're doing the Group Fitness Challenge, come and see me for your snacks. Don't forget to spray your mats down, please. Forgot to tell you. You don't need to wipe and spray it dry for 30 seconds and then walk away. I'll let you know, walk away, put your mat away. Cool? Thank you.